in this lecture we are starting from the point where we have left the last lecture. We were discussing about the fourth problem on rectifiers, and we had solved the problem till this point, that Vp and Np are the RMS peak voltage and number of turns of primary side of the transformer, and Vm and Ns are the same for the secondary side. So we may write with these values Vm by Vp, that is equal to Ns by Np. Now if we put all the values that we have found in this problem, it is, we should calculate Vp as root 2 into 220 volt, and Vm as 395 volt we have already found over here, and from there and Vp is already given in the problem, it is 220 volt, and it is the RMS value multiplied by root 2 giving the peak value. So now if Vp and Vm is available to us, so we can find therefore Ns by Np, that is equal to 395 divided by root 220, 1.27 is the result. So the primary to secondary trans ratio, therefore primary is to secondary turns ratio will be 1:1.27. So this is our answer. So this is how the different problems on rectifiers can be solved. Now let us see some examples, some solved problems on rectifiers along with filters, use of rectifiers along with filters. So let us see some of those problems. So this is problem number 5. Given this circuit, you need to calculate DC load voltage and peak to peak ripple voltage. So you need to calculate first DC load voltage and next ripple voltage, that is AC ripple voltage peak to peak. Now this is a rectifier circuit of half wave. Now the RMS secondary voltage V2, RMS secondary voltage V2 is to be found by 120 volt given at its input, and 5:1 is the ratio, so 120 by 5, that is 24 volt. Very simple. Now peak secondary voltage can be found by, if RMS voltage is found, that should be multiplied by root 2, sorry, that should be divided by root 2 to get the peak voltage. So peak voltage Vp or Vm, whatever, it is 24 divided by 0.707, or we can write root 2 24 divided by root 2. So this will give 34 volt. Now if we consider this diode as ideal and the ripple is small, the DC load voltage will be VL, given by VL 34 volt, this much. This is the DC load voltage. But if the diode is ideal, that means no further drop inside the diode in terms of its barrier potential. Now to calculate the ripple, we first need to get the DC load current. If DC load current is denoted by IL, that is VL we have found just now, divided by RL, load resistance, that means 34 divided by load resistance is given as 5 kilo ohm, 5 into 10 to the power 3, this is 6.8 milliampere. So the current we have found. Now we are having the formula VR, which is peak to peak ripple voltage. We are having the formula which is I divided by DC. I means this DC load current IL here, divided by F into C. So 6.8, substitute the values, 50 Hertz, 50 into 100. What is the value of capacitor? 100 microfarad. 6, so 100 into 10 to the power minus 6, and 68 milliampere means 10 to the power minus 3. So it will give us 1.36 volt peak to peak. So this is how we can solve the problem of half wave rectifier along with a capacitor, shunt capacitor input filter at the output of the rectifier to get the ripple free output. Let us look at another problem. Now let us solve the same problem, problem number 6, with a full wave rectifier, that means 2 diodes and a center trap transformer. Now since the transformer is 5:1 step down like transformer, so like the last problem, the peak secondary voltage will be what we have calculated. It was 34 volt peak secondary voltage, Vs suppose. So half this was already calculated in the last problem. Now half this voltage is the input to each of the diode, because it is center tapping. That means within this part it is 34 volt divided by 2, that is 17 volt each. This is 17 volt and this is also 17 volt for each of the 2 diodes at its input. Now if the diodes are ideal and the ripple is small, the DC load voltage is VL, denoted by VL. It is 17 volt. As the ripple is small, so this voltage will be replicated at the output as the DC load voltage, obviously. So the DC load current should be IL is equal to 17 divided by VL by RL. RL is 5 kilo ohm, 5 into 10 cube. So it will come as 3.4 milliampere. Now based on the equation, ripple voltage peak to peak, like the previous occasion, here also it is 3.4 I by formula F into C, that is IL. IL means this much divided by F, it is 50 into 100 into 10 to the power minus 6, 100 microfarad. But here one thing you have to note, you know that for a full wave rectifier the frequency gets doubled. So this should be 2 into 50, that means 100 it should be. So what we are getting, 3.4 divided by 10 cube into 10 to the power minus 3, that means 3.4 volt. So this is the peak to peak voltage. This it was a mistake. This was 10 to the power 4 actually. From here it is cancels out, it is 10 to the power minus 3, and 50 into 200 into 100, that is 10 to the power 4. So it is actually this is 3.4 divided by 10, so it is 0.34 volt peak to peak. So this is the answer. But in this example, if the diodes were not ideal diodes, 0.7 volt will have to be subtracted from the actual DC load voltage, and that should not be, this VL should not be equal to 17. It will be something like 16.3 volt. So we had to be continued with the calculations considering VL here as 16.3 volt had the diodes been non-ideal. Now let us see the last problem. Solve the same problem, problem number 7, with the help of a bridge rectifier. So here the circuit is of bridge rectifier, and we will be calculating the same thing, the DC load voltage and the ripple voltage. Since it is also the 5:1 step down transformer, so as per the previous example, we will be still getting the peak secondary voltage Vs will be 120 divided by 5, that is 34 volt. V2 is, first we need to calculate V2. This is V2 first. It is 24 volt. 24 volt. Then the peak secondary voltage Vs is 24 by root 2, that is 34 volt. This is not divided by, this is 24 into root 2, sorry. So this is peak secondary voltage 24 into root 2, that is 34 volt, like the previous problem. So now assuming an ideal diode and small ripple like the previous two problems, the DC load voltage will be VL, that is 34 volt, since the ripple is small. So this whole voltage is considered as the DC voltage, not mixed up with AC or small ripple, and the diodes are ideal. So no barrier potential will be subtracted of individual diodes will be subtracted from here. But had it been considered as non-ideal diodes, then we need to subtract from this 34 volt how much? At a time 2 diodes will be conducting, so 2 into 0.7. So this calculation will have to be made to get the VL, that is 34 minus 1.4. So this much will be the value of VL in that case, considering the second approximation, that is the two barrier potentials, that is 32.6 volt. So 32.6 volt would have been the DC load voltage in that case, had these diodes were non-ideal. But here in this case we will proceed with considering the diodes are ideal. So the DC load current in this case will be IL, denoted by IL 34, which is VL divided by RL. So 34 divided by what is RL? 5 into 10 cube, and this will be 6.8 milliampere, likewise the previous occasions. Now the ripple voltage peak to peak, given by the formula denoted by VR, given by the formula I by F into C, or IL by F into C. And what is IL here? 6.8 into 10 to the power minus 3 divided by frequency 50 into the value of the capacitor 100 into 10 to the power minus 6. So this is 6.8 into 10 cube divided by 5 into 10 cube. So it is something 6.8 divided by 5, and what is the value should be. One thing I have missed, for it is full wave, bridge rectifier means it will give the full wave output, that means the frequency will be doubled. So I have missed this 2, 50 should be multiplied by 2, so this should be 100 actually. So in the numerator 6.8 into 10 to the power minus 3, and in the denominator it is 100 into 100, that is 10 to the power 4. This should be 10 to the power 4. 6.8 into 10 to the power minus 3 by 10 to the power 4 into 10 to the power minus 6. So it is minus 3. So it should be 6.8 divided by 10. So that means it is 0.68 volt peak to peak. So this is the answer in this case. So this is the ripple voltage for this problem when we are using bridge rectifier with a shunt capacitor input filter. So this is all about the different problems on rectifiers with and without its different parametric calculations and its performance parameters calculations and its operation with along with a capacitor input filter for half wave and full wave forms. So this much we are having under the module of on rectifiers and filters. In the next module we will be going into the details about BJTs or bipolar junction transistor. Thank you.